Next up is the Enneagram Four. Now, the Enneagram Four has a few different fears as well that are listed here. They fear at their core inadequacy, to be mundane, to be defective. Why? Because they want to feel unique, they want to feel special, they want to find their authentic self. Fours are very in tune with their emotions. Fours also see the world through the lens of beauty. Um, they want to differentiate themselves and find how they are unique and different from others, and not just existing in a world where everything and everyone is the same. Their core longing is to be seen and loved for exactly who you are. So, as a four in your relationships with others, here's a few different things that I would encourage you to do. First, remember your unique expression of emotions. As I just mentioned, fours are very in tune with their emotions. They have this ability to understand what they're feeling, to dig in deep. Fours are not afraid of having hard conversations, on working on themselves. Um, in fact, other numbers probably think they do those things way too much. And so it's important for fours, when you are in a relationship with others, when you are trying to reconcile with others, to know that others may not know what they're feeling. Others may not be able to respond to those feelings in the same way. Others may not like to sit in the discomfort that you're okay sitting in. So remember that this is unique to who you are as a four, um, and recognize that that's okay and that's something valuable to bring to the moment of reconciliation, both in terms of knowing when to encourage others to lean into the hard things and to lean into the emotions even though they don't want to, but other times fours kind of taking a step back and saying, hey, I need to temper some of that. I need to get a little bit of control over my emotions, or now is not the best time to kind of dive into this deep seated conversation. Instead, taking a moment to slow down. The other thing is for fours is to try active listening. Now, active listening is helpful for any number, honestly, but fours in particular, it is helpful because fours have this natural tendency to get in their head, because again they are hyper in tuned with their emotions and their feelings, and so it is easy for them to just be thinking about how they feel, or how um, or what's going on in their inside of them. And so to create a little bit of space where you are not focused on that, but instead you're kind of all in on the conversation and you're actively listening to whoever you're engaging with, is very, very important as well. Excuse me. Now, if you're in a relationship with four, here are a few different things that help you in reconciliation. First is to identify their uniqueness. It is important that we see them for who they are. Fours, one of the worst things that you can say to a four is that you're just like everyone else. In fact, there are many fours, if you're in a relationship with them, who may not even like being put in the box of being a four, because they feel trapped. They feel caught. They feel like you are just telling me that I am defined by a number. And so it's important to identify their uniqueness and to recognize that may be something that has impacted the need for reconciliation, impacted the situation. Secondly, is display vulnerability and emotions. As I mentioned, fours are very, very in tune with their emotions, and it is easy for others to not be as in tuned. And so to make sure to dive in and to be vulnerable and to express those emotions is really important to help, excuse me, again, to help move forward in relationships with fours, because they value that. They value being vulnerable. They value diving into their emotions. And because of that, also, it's important not to discredit their emotions. There are other numbers that think very, very logically. Fours, there is logic there too, but they also value emotion and emotional responses. And emotional responses in and of themselves are not necessarily bad things, just in the same way that logic isn't in and of itself a bad thing. Um, Really, the best decisions are ones that probably balance the two of emotions and logic. And fours bring a lot of their emotions to those decisions. And if we just dismiss their actions as emotional, we really just further perpetuate the problem, further perpetuate the issue in the relationship. So, um, yeah, it's important to not discredit their emotions and instead to value the contributions that they bring in the moment with that. Four, as you think about what it looks like to reconcile yourself, here are a couple things for you to think through. First, recognize that you are seen, that you are understood. Uh, you may be on this lifelong journey to figure out who you are, but there are those who are around you who see you. There are those around you that see some of the things that you don't even see in yourself. There are those who are around you and in your life that understand you and that understand and value the emotions and the beauty that you bring to earth. So recognize these things, see these things, and then take some time to write down some positive attributes about yourself. As a four, if you are just focused on trying to improve, you're very focused on the emotions, it's easy to just get in this cycle of negativity. And so it's important to make sure that you see the uniquenesses and the positive things about yourself, the beauty in yourself, not just depend on other people to acknowledge that within you.